Imagine the unthinkable: Carlos Alcaraz, the unbeatable force on the tennis court, dominating grand slams and shattering records, suddenly drops his racket mid-practice. A frantic call from home reveals his only son, little Mateo, just 5 years old, has collapsed, rushed to the hospital with a mysterious fever spiking to dangerous levels. Doctors whisper words like rare virus, possible organ failure. The world champion's unbreakable spirit cracks. What if tennis glory means nothing without his boy? Stick around for this heart-pounding tale of triumph over tragedy. Hit like and subscribe now. In the glittering world of professional tennis, where every serve and volley is scrutinized under the global spotlight, Carlos Alcaraz had always been the epitome of youthful invincibility. At just 22, he had conquered Wimbledon, the US Open, and Roland Garros, amassing a fortune and legions of fans who idolized his explosive forehands and relentless energy. But behind the baseline, life was painting a different picture. Mateo, his beloved son born from a quiet relationship kept away from the paparazzi's glare, was the light of his life. The boy shared his father's passion, toddling around with a mini racket, mimicking volleys in their Murcia home. It started innocently enough: a cough here, a sniffle there, dismissed as a common cold amid Alcaraz's grueling 2025 tour schedule. He was preparing for the Australian Open, his mind laser-focused on defending his title, when the symptoms escalated. Mateo's temperature soared to 104 degrees, his tiny body racked with shivers. Alcaraz's wife, Sofia, called from the emergency room, her voice trembling. Tests showed an aggressive infection attacking his lungs. Pneumonia, they said, but complicated by an underlying immune deficiency no one had detected. Alcaraz boarded the next flight from Melbourne, abandoning practice sessions and press conferences, his heart racing faster than any match point. The media exploded with speculation: injury? Burnout? No one knew the truth. As he landed in Spain, exhaustion etched on his face, he rushed to the hospital where Mateo lay hooked to machines, beeping monitors echoing like ticking clocks in a silent stadium. For the first time, the champion felt powerless, trading his racket for bedside vigils, whispering stories of his victories to a child fighting for breath. Friends and rivals sent messages of support, but the tension mounted as days blurred into nights. Would Mateo pull through? Alcaraz pondered retiring, questioning if the tour's demands had blinded him to family fragility. Yet, in those dark hours, a bond strengthened, reminding him that true strength lay beyond the court. As weeks unfolded in the sterile hospital corridors, Alcaraz transformed from global icon to devoted father, his world shrinking to Mateo's bedside. The illness revealed itself as a rare autoimmune disorder, triggered by the pneumonia, where the boy's body attacked its own defenses. Specialists from across Europe converged, debating treatments: steroids, immunosuppressants, even experimental therapies. Alcaraz, usually composed under pressure, paced endlessly, his mind replaying worst-case scenarios. Flashbacks haunted him: Mateo's first steps on a clay court, his giggles during family barbecues. The surprise came on day 10, a routine scan showed unexpected improvement. The infection was retreating, but why? Doctors puzzled over a genetic anomaly, perhaps inherited from Alcaraz's own resilient physiology, that bolstered Mateo's recovery. It was as if the champion's unbreakable will had passed down through blood. Media leaks hinted at the crisis, fans flooding social media with #PrayForMateo, turning a private battle public. Rivals like Jannik Sinner and Novak Djokovic paused their training to send personalized videos, boosting the boy's spirits. Alcaraz, drawing from his tennis discipline, maintained a routine. Morning workouts in the hospital gym, afternoons reading adventure tales to Mateo, evenings strategizing with doctors. The tension peaked during a critical night when Mateo's oxygen levels dipped alarmingly, alarms blaring like final set tiebreakers. Alcaraz held his son's hand, urging him to fight like dad does on court. Dawn brought relief, the levels stabilized, a turning point. This ordeal reshaped Alcaraz, infusing his game with deeper purpose. He vowed to advocate for pediatric health research, using his platform to spotlight rare diseases. As Mateo's color returned, so did hope, but the road ahead promised challenges, with ongoing treatments and monitoring. In this chapter, the tennis star learned that life's greatest rallies happen off the baseline, where love serves as the ultimate weapon. Hey, this is Tennis Insider, your go-to for the real stories behind the serves. Keep watching for more. Recovery brought a wave of emotions, but the true test loomed as Alcaraz eyed a return to the circuit. Mateo's discharge from the hospital was a media frenzy, paparazzi capturing the family's tearful reunion. The boy, now sporting a tiny wristband from his dad's latest trophy, beamed weakly but brightly. Alcaraz, forever changed, integrated family into his routine, virtual check-ins during tournaments, dedicated downtime. The surprise twist unfolded at the 2025 Miami Open. Dedicating his run to Mateo, he stormed through the draw with ferocious intensity, channeling the fear into fuel. Opponents noted a fiercer edge, his ground strokes carrying the weight of paternal resolve. In the final against a resurgent rival, down 2 sets, Alcaraz mounted a comeback that stunned the crowd, winning in 5 grueling sets. Lifting the trophy, he pointed skyward, then to a video screen showing Mateo cheering from home. It was a moment of pure catharsis, proving adversity forges legends. Post-victory, Alcaraz launched the Mateo Foundation, funding research into childhood autoimmune disorders, partnering with medical experts and fellow athletes. The illness, once a shadow, became a beacon, inspiring millions. Fans saw beyond the athlete, a man whose vulnerability humanized his supremacy. As the year progressed, Mateo's health stabilized with innovative treatments, allowing family trips to tournaments, where the boy became a lucky charm. Alcaraz's ranking soared, but more importantly, his perspective deepened. No longer just chasing slams, he played for legacy, for the little eyes watching. This saga underscored tennis's fleeting nature against life's enduring battles, reminding all that champions are made not just by wins, but by the will to rise after falls. Years later, the echo of that harrowing time lingered, but with gratitude. Mateo, now a thriving teen, picked up a racket seriously, training under his father's watchful eye. The illness had left scars, regular checkups, a cautious lifestyle, but also gifts, unbreakable family ties, global awareness. Alcaraz, approaching 30, reflected in interviews on how the crisis redefined success. It wasn't the trophies accumulating in his Murcia home, but the quiet evenings with Sofia and Mateo, sharing laughs over dinner. The moment of surprise that sealed the story came during Mateo's first junior tournament win. Dedicating it to his dad, he revealed a tattoo of a tennis ball with "Fight On" inscribed, symbolizing their shared resilience. Alcaraz teared up, the circle complete. This journey from despair to dominance captivated the tennis world, turning a personal trial into a universal tale of hope. For Alcaraz, it affirmed that the court's lines fade, but love's boundaries are infinite. As he prepared for another Grand Slam, he carried Mateo's spirit in every swing, a reminder that true victory lies in overcoming life's unscripted volleys. Thanks for watching Tennis Insider. Subscribe for more exclusive scoops.